only buy something that you'd be perfectly happy to hold if the market shut down for 10 years. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. You can't make a good deal with a bad person. We simply attempt to be fearful when others are greedy and to be greedy only when others are fearful. Opportunities come infrequently. When it rains gold, put out the bucket, not the thimble. Calling someone who trades actively in the market an investor is like calling someone who repeatedly engages in one-night stands a romantic. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. Wall Street makes its money on activity. You make your money on inactivity. Rule no. 1. Never lose money. Rule no. 2. Never forget rule no 1. Time is the friend of the wonderful company, the enemy of the mediocre. Whether we're talking about socks or stocks, I like buying quality merchandise when it is marked down. If you aren't willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Remember that the stock market is a manic depressive. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. Don't pass up something that's attractive today because you think you will find something better tomorrow. Widespread fear is your friend as an investor because it serves up bargain purchases. Beware the investment activity that produces applause. The great moves are usually greeted by yawns. The best chance to deploy capital is when things are going down. Every decade or so, dark clouds will fill the economic skies and they will briefly rain gold. Just buy something for less than it's worth. Investors should remember that excitement and expenses are their enemies. The sillier the market's behavior, the greater the opportunity for the business-like investor. Speculation is most dangerous when it looks easiest. Do not take yearly results too seriously. Instead, focus on 4 or 5-year averages. What we learn from history is that people don't learn from history. If you're in the luckiest one of humanity, you owe it to the rest of humanity to think about the other 99s. If you buy things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you need. As in the case with marriage, business acquisitions often deliver surprise after the I-dos. Never invest in a business you cannot understand. You only learn who has been swimming naked when the tide goes out. An investor should act as though he had a lifetime decision card with just 20 punches on it. The most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. It is not necessary to do extraordinary things to get extraordinary results. In the business world, the rearview mirror is always clearer than the windshield. There is nothing wrong with a know-nothing investor who realizes it. The problem is when you are a know-nothing investor, but you think you know